imagine you're just scrolling on your phone, right?
Right.
And you see this 10-second video. It's an AI-generated human, but it's totally botched.
Oh, like a glitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like it has 3 legs. The lighting is super weird. The movement it's entirely unnatural. Frankly, it looks like a complete mistake. The software just hallucinated.
Right. The AI just broke.
Exactly. Now, your first instinct, if you made that, would be to delete it.
Right.
You'd scrap it.
Obviously. You wouldn't want anyone to see that.
But instead, you upload it. And then 3 days later, you check your dashboard, and that single 10-second mistake has 100 million views.
It's unfathomable.
It's wild. And suddenly, you're on the Google forums ordering a custom YouTube subscriber plaque.
A silver play button for a mistake.
Right. And today, for this deep dive, we actually have the leaked chat logs to prove that this isn't some bizarre fluke. It is a highly calculated industrial assembly line.
It really is. And, reading through these sources, it completely shatters this illusion we all have of the modern internet.
How so? Like the idea of the creator economy.
Yeah, exactly. We like to think of platforms like YouTube or TikTok as these digital town squares,
Right. Like I post a funny video of my dog, and then someone in Brazil laughs at it.
Exactly. And the algorithm is just acting as this invisible, benevolent matchmaker, right? Connecting human to human.
Yeah, the nice curator.
But what we are looking at today in these logs proves that the town square has just been completely paved over. I mean, it's a factory floor now.
It really is. So welcome to the deep dive. If you, the listener, have ever found yourself just staring blankly at your phone,
We all have.
swiping through endless variations of the exact same video format, and just wondering why your feed suddenly feels like incredibly weird,
Yeah.
you are going to want to hear this.
You really are.
Because you aren't engaging with community anymore. You're essentially walking through a digital server farm.
Hmm.
Today, we are looking at the underground, highly lucrative, and honestly just utterly chaotic world of what they call AI financial freedom.
And our sources for this are, they're unprecedented.
Yeah, tell them what we're looking at.
We aren't looking at, polished tutorials from tech influencers or some speculative business article on Forbes.
Right.
We have the raw, unfiltered surveillance tapes from inside the manager's office. Specifically, it's a massive leak of chat logs from a private paid creator community.
And the timeline on this is super recent, right?
Very recent. It spans from November 2025 all the way to just last month, April 2026.
So this is right now. This is happening today. And this isn't just a handful of guys in a basement somewhere.
No, not at all. This is hundreds of users.
Exchanging thousands of messages, they are detailing the exact day-to-day reality of people trying to game the digital economy. Okay, let's unpack this. Think of it as a digital sweatshop crossed with a casino.
That's the perfect way to describe it. And our mission today is to unpack the actual mechanics of this microeconomy.
Right.
We are going to trace exactly how the internet's brainless viral content is manufactured, like step by step.
And we're going to look at the brutal arms race between these AI creators and the platform algorithms that are actively trying to destroy them.
Exactly. And ultimately, we're going to figure out who is actually getting rich in this whole AI gold rush. Because, spoiler alert, it might not be who you think.
No, it definitely isn't. Because reading through these logs, it's like stepping into a frantic boiler room on Wall Street.
Yeah, the panic is real.
We are looking at individuals who just casually talk about managing hundreds of YouTube channels simultaneously. Hundreds.
It's
They're pumping out thousands of AI-generated videos every single day. And to understand how that is even physically possible, we have to start with the product itself.
We do.
What exactly are they making to achieve this supposed financial freedom?
Well, to understand the product, you really have to look at what this community values, right?
Yeah.
And in these chat logs, the ultimate success story revolves around a specific user. He goes by the handle Sleep God.
Sleep God.
Right. And in late November 2025, Sleep God just casually drops a screenshot into the chat. And it shows that their channel just hit 100 million views.
And let me just emphasize this for you guys listening. That wasn't over a year or even a month.
Wow.
That was in 3 days. 100 million views in 3 days.
It's staggering. And of course, the chat immediately explodes into this celebratory frenzy. Everyone is losing their minds.
They're popping digital champagne.
Exactly. And they start talking about claiming the official YouTube 100K subscriber plaque.
Right. And this is so funny to me. Sleep God is literally asking the group Wait, is the plaque name just the channel name?
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
He's like, can I change it? Because I literally just hit random keyboard letters for my channel names. It's just gibberish.
So the group has to walk him through how to customize it on the YouTube creator portal. They're suggesting he gets Mr. Sleep printed on the silver play button.
It's a surreal moment of triumph in the chat, but honestly, it raises a massive red flag about the nature of content consumption for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I am immediately stuck on the math and the logic of this. 100 million views in 3 days. I mean, what is the profound artistic vision here?
Right.
What incredible plot or narrative is captivating the entire world so much that they are tuning into a channel named with a literal keyboard smash?
Well, that right there is the fundamental illusion of the creator economy.
What do you mean?
We, as viewers, assume that high views equal high quality, or at least high narrative value, right?
Right. If 100 million people watched it, it must be a great story.
Exactly. But the answer to your question is outlined with just brutal honesty by a veteran user in the chat. He goes by the name Contract Dog.
Contract Dog. Gotta love these names.
Yeah. So a struggling newbie in the chat asks Contract Dog for some advice on scripting his AI videos. And Contract Dog explicitly states the strategy. He says, there is no plot.
Zero plot.
Zero. He says the more plot you have, the more brain power it requires from the viewer, and the fewer people will watch.
He actually tells them, and this is a direct quote, don't use your brain. If you use your brain, you lose.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's such a wild philosophy for media creation. Don't use your brain.
But it's entirely rooted in the psychology of engagement.
I can break that down for me.
Well, Contract Dog explains that literally nobody is watching these AI shorts for a story. They don't want a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
The stated goal of this entire community is brainless relaxation.
Brainless relaxation.
Yes. The absolute holy grail of this specific content mill, what everyone's trying to make, is a 10-second looping video.
10 seconds.
Just 10 seconds. And the goal is that a viewer watches it 20 to 30 times in a row without even realizing the video has restarted.
Oh, wow. So they are intentionally inducing a trance state.
Yes. It's pure hypnosis.
Because Contract Dog says in the logs, you know, we're using AI. This is a volume game. You still want pod. Stop joking.
Exactly. What's fascinating here is how purely they have distilled the neurological hook of short-form video.
Yeah.
They are stripping away all context, all meaning. Every single bit of narrative arc is gone.
They don't want you to feel anything.
No, they don't want the viewer to feel satisfied at all. Because satisfaction leads to closure, and closure leads to putting the phone down.
Oh, that's dark.
They want the viewer suspended in this perpetual state of minor visual stimulation, just endlessly looping.
So let's talk about the specific trends they discuss in the chat, because it perfectly illustrates this hypnotic state.
Yeah, the examples are crazy.
One trend that absolutely blew up for them, like massive numbers, was just videos of cats pressing a button with a paw print on it, and then the button magically opens a door.
That's it. That's the whole video.
That's it.
And they just iterate on that endlessly. A blue cat pressing a red button, a fluffy cat pressing a glowing neon button, over and over and over.
And people just watch it loop. Another one was just videos of women's hairstyles morphing and changing, just blending from one cut to another.
It's basically a digital lava lamp.
That's exactly what it is, digital lava lamps. But here's where it connects back to that three-legged human I mentioned at the very start.
Ah, yes. The glitches.
Right. Because the AI tools they are using to generate these visuals, they aren't perfect.
Not at all.
They hallucinate.
Yeah.
The geometry of the subjects breaks down. So one user in the chat accidentally generates this bizarre, uncanny video of a human with 3 legs. It's totally deformed.
And again, in a traditional production environment, like if you're making a real movie or even a normal YouTube video, that is a ruined take.
Yeah. You hit delete, you scrap it,
But in the volume game, they just upload it.
and it goes incredibly viral, millions of views. And you realize people are clicking on it purely out of morbid curiosity.
Right.
The creators in the chat have this collective realization that bizarre, glitchy, unsettling AI errors are actually a feature. They aren't a bug.
Which turns the whole medium on its head.
Totally. Because why does it work? An error causes the viewer brain to stumble.
Yeah.
It causes them to pause their scroll just for an extra 2 or 3 seconds, trying to process what they are even looking at. Like, wait, does that guy have 3 legs?
And in the algorithmic economy, those 3 seconds of pause time, that is registered by the platform as high engagement.
Wow.
It completely redefines what good content even means.
Right, because good content is no longer what is enjoyable or informative or even aesthetically pleasing.
Exactly. Good content is simply whatever arrests the thumb's upward swipe, whatever stops the scroll.
That is, wow. Okay, so once they find one of these visual hooks, right, whether it's the paw print button or the glitchy human, how do they actually capitalize on it?
Yeah.
Because one viral video doesn't sustain a 100-channel network.
No, it doesn't. And that's where the strategy shifts from creative to purely industrial.
Okay.
They deploy what we can call the copy and flood strategy.
Copy of flight?
Yes. Contract Dog lays out the exact blueprint for the newbies in the chat. He tells them, find a video with 10 million views, don't have your own ideas, just copy it.
But I want to make sure we understand the scale of copying here.
Right.
Because we aren't talking about a creator being, inspired by a trend and making their own little spin on it on their personal vlog channel.
No, not at all. The methodology is entirely automated. You take that 10 million view concept, you extract the core visual prompts using an AI tool, and you feed it back into your AI generators to make thousands of slight variations. Thousands. And you don't just post it once, you run multiple IP addresses simultaneously.
Let's do the math out loud for a second here. If you have 50 channels, right, you can't just run them all from your home Wi-Fi in the suburbs.
Exactly. If 50 YouTube channels suddenly start uploading 20 AI cat videos a day from the exact same IP address in Ohio, YouTube's security systems flag it as spam immediately.
They shut it down in a second.
Right. So these creators are buying virtual private servers, VPS.
Okay.
They are routing their internet connections through proxy servers in different countries all over the world. They are essentially simulating a massive organic global user base.
So to YouTube, it looks like one guy in Brazil, one girl in Japan, one person in Germany, all just coincidentally uploading blue cats pressing buttons.
Exactly. And on each of those 50 simulated users, they are pushing 4 to 8 videos a day per account.
Wow. So you are flooding the zone with hundreds of videos daily.
Yeah. You don't care about building a brand. You don't care about a loyal audience subscribing to you.
You're definitely not trying to be the next Mr. Beast.
No. You are just throwing thousands of darts at a digital dartboard, and you're hoping just one of those videos explodes into the millions.
Because the ad revenue from that single explosion will fund the entire proxy server operation for the next month.
Exactly. It's the total gamification of human attention.
The creators in this chat log aren't filmmakers. They're not artists. They don't even watch their own videos before uploading them.
They really don't.
They just look at dashboards. They look at metrics, API call limits, and spreadsheet columns.
But this brings up a critical structural problem for this whole ecosystem.
Which is what?
Well, think about it. If everyone in this private chat, and we have to assume there are hundreds of other private communities just like it out there.
Oh, easily.
If they are all using the exact same copy and flood strategy, they are effectively drowning the platform in digital garbage.
Right. If YouTube's Shorts feed just becomes an endless, infinite loop of AI cats pressing buttons and three-legged humans, real human users are going to get bored.
Yep.
They're going to delete the app, and they're going to go somewhere else.
And YouTube is a multi-billion-dollar company. They aren't going to just sit back and watch their core product get completely destroyed by these server farms.
No. The house always fights back. Which perfectly leads us to the second massive theme in these chat logs.
Right.
The war of attrition with the platform algorithms.
And this is where things get really stressful for the creators.
Oh, the panic in the logs is palpable. It is a daily emotional roller coaster. One day, a creator is posting screenshots of their real-time analytics, and they're celebrating 38,000 views in a single hour.
Which is great money.
They are literally calculating their profits in the chat, talking about buying a new car.
And then
The very next day, they post a new screenshot, and the graph just drops off a cliff. It's a flat line. Absolute zero.
the creators refer to this as the zero-view shadowban jail.
Zero-view shadowban jail.
Yes. And it's important to understand this isn't a gradual decline in reach. It's not like your audience slowly lost interest over a few weeks.
Right.
It's an algorithmic trapdoor opening beneath you.
One user in the logs who goes by Good Baby.
Good baby.
Yeah, Good Baby reports being trapped in the shadowban jail for 53 straight days.
53 days of zero views.
Yes. They kept uploading their 4 to 8 videos every single day.
Yeah.
And every single video got exactly 0 views.
Not even one stray click.
Nothing. The platform didn't delete the channel. They didn't send a warning email saying, hey, you're breaking the rules. They just completely cut off the oxygen.
And that silent treatment is very intentional by YouTube.
Why not just ban them outright?
Because if YouTube bans you outright, you know your tactic failed. You immediately adapt, you create a new account, and you try a different spam tactic.
Right.
By shadow banning the channel, leaving it active but completely invisible to the public, they force the spammer to waste compute power. They waste server money generating and uploading videos that will literally never be seen.
That is brutal. It's an economic counterattack.
It is. It drains their resources.
But I'm stuck on something here, technically speaking.
Okay, what's that?
If I use an AI generator to make a video of a cat today, right?
Yeah.
And you use AI to make a video of a cat tomorrow, those are brand new files.
Correct.
The pixels have never existed before in that exact arrangement. It's totally fresh data.
Yes, technically.
So how can YouTube possibly flag them as repetitive content if they are completely original, freshly generated files? I mean, how does a machine know?
That is where the platforms have evolved significantly. They don't look at the files the way we do.
What do you mean?
Well, we look at a video and we see a new cat. A rudimentary, older filter would just look at the file hash.
The hash.
Yeah, the digital fingerprint of the exact MP4 file. And if you re-upload the exact same file, the hash matches and it blocks it.
Right. That makes sense.
But these new videos have unique hashes. So YouTube's AI garbage filter, as the creators call it, has to use advanced computer vision and semantic analysis.
So it's not looking at the pixels, it's looking at the meaning of the pixels.
Precisely. The YouTube system essentially extracts frames from the video. It runs them through a neural network that identifies the core elements.
So it says, okay, I see animal, I see cat, I see paw, neon button, looping motion.
Exactly. It analyzes the metadata, the pacing, the visual composition. It essentially reverse engineers the text prompt you use to generate the video in the first place.
Wow.
And then, if it compares that semantic breakdown against the last 10,000 uploads on the platform, and it finds a 99% structural similarity, it flags the channel.
It just concludes, this channel is mathematically offering no unique value to the ecosystem.
Right. And it simply stops serving those videos to the algorithmic feed.
So the AI platform is using an AI to catch the creators who are using AI.
Yes. It's just machines arguing with machines in milliseconds.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But, the platform doesn't just quietly shadow ban people all the time. Sometimes it strikes hard.
Oh, yes. The moderation strikes.
And there's an anecdote in the chat from a user named BGM that perfectly illustrates the disconnect between human logic and machine moderation.
This is honestly one of the most revealing moments in the entire 5-month timeline.
It's so funny. Okay, so BGM is trying to break out of a slump, right?
Yeah.
He wants to make a viral short.
He's tired of the zero-view jail.
Right. And they notice that close call rescue videos get a ton of engagement. People love suspense.
Of course.
So BGM uses AI to generate this highly realistic video. And the prompt is basically a playful puppy putting a metal fork into an electrical socket, only to be heroically saved at the last second by the mother dog.
I mean, from a pure engagement standpoint, it's engineered for maximum emotional manipulation. It has danger, it has suspense, maternal instinct, and a cute animal. It checks every box.
It's pure algorithmic bait. But instead of going viral and making BGM rich, YouTube hits the channel with a massive, unappealable 90-day strike.
Which is a huge deal.
They delete the video entirely. And the reason given on the dashboard is harmful or dangerous content.
Which, on the surface, aligns with their standard safety policies, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you don't want videos of dangerous acts involving electricity on a platform that kids watch.
True. But BGM's reaction in the chat is what makes this so fascinating.
What did he say?
BGM complains to the group, and he explains why he used a dog in the first place. He says, I originally wanted to make the video about a human toddler putting a fork in a socket.
Okay.
But I assumed the safety filters would catch a human child in danger. So I explicitly replaced the human child with a dog in the prompt, assuming that would bypass the filter.
He tried to outsmart the AI.
Yes. BGM assumed the moderation AI possessed, like a human-centric moral hierarchy.
He thought the algorithm was programmed to only protect human life, and that animal peril would just slip right through the net.
But the AI moderators still flagged it. And the chat just loses its mind laughing at BGM.
It's hilarious.
They're pointing out how absurd the situation is. It's as if the YouTube algorithm analyzed the video and became deeply concerned that other golden retrievers might watch the short and learn bad habits.
Like, we can't let the puppies see this. They'll be sticking forks in outlets all over the country.
Exactly. It is darkly comedic, but it really highlights a profound truth about interacting with algorithmic systems.
It does. The creators are constantly trying to psychoanalyze a black box.
Right.
They are projecting human logic onto a purely mathematical pattern-matching system.
The system didn't flag it out of empathy for dogs.
No. It flagged it because the semantic tags fork, electrical socket, and insertion triggered a hard-coded safety threshold. It doesn't care about the biological entity holding the fork.
It just sees the parameters danger.
Exactly.
And the consequences for the creator are brutal. I mean, a 90-day strike isn't just a slap on the wrist. It can kill a channel's momentum entirely.
It's essentially a death sentence for a fast-moving trends channel.
But even if you avoid the strikes, right, and even if you somehow avoid the shadow bans, there is a final boss you have to defeat to actually make real money.
Right. Getting the views is only half the battle. Monetizing those views through the YouTube Partner Program, or YPP, that is where the house truly holds all the cards.
The logs show these creators living in absolute terror of the YPP review process.
Because of what we can call the AdSense domino effect.
A domino effect. Explain that.
Well, remember, these operators aren't running one channel. They are running 50 or 100.
Yeah, the proxy networks.
But Google requires a verified AdSense account to actually pay out the ad revenue.
Okay.
You need a real tax ID. You need a real bank account. You can spoof 50 email addresses, sure. You can use 50 proxy servers.
Yeah.
But you generally only have one social security number or corporate tax ID.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that. So that is the choke point.
It's the ultimate choke point.
All 50 fake proxy channels eventually have to funnel their dirty money into one real-world bank account.
Exactly. And the chat logs document exactly what happens when the algorithm connects those dots.
What happens?
One user gets a single channel out of their network of 50 rejected for repetitive AI content. Just one.
Okay, one goes down.
They decide to appeal the decision, trying to argue that the content is somehow transformative.
Gotta move.
Very bad move. The appeal is reviewed, likely by a human or maybe a more advanced AI, and the appeal fails.
And because of that single failure.
Because of that single failure, Google's system traces the linked AdSense account. It looks at the database and essentially says, wait a minute, this violator is also receiving the payouts for these 49 other channels.
Oh, no.
And in an instant, Google systematically strips the monetization from every single channel in that network.
Every single one.
All of them. It's an absolute wipeout.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
Weeks or months of automated labor, millions of views, terabytes of generated video, all just zeroed out in an instant.
The house just sweeps all the chips off the table.
And when you are dealing with a system that possesses that level of silent, basically godlike power over your income, it breaks people's logic.
It really does.
It breeds sheer superstition.
That is a very apt way to describe it. In the absence of clear rules, human beings will always invent rituals to try and impose order on chaos.
And the chat is full of these rituals.
Yeah.
It's honestly like watching ancient tribes try to invent a rain dance to appease the weather gods.
It's fascinating sociology, really.
One user shares what they claim is a secret, guaranteed method to bypass the zero-view shadow ban.
Oh, the transfer trick?
Yes. They tell everyone in the chat, listen, if your channel flatlines, you have to transfer the ownership of the channel to a friend's established older Google account.
Okay.
Then let it sit there on your friend's account for exactly 7 days, have your friend post 2 videos from their IP address, and then transfer it back to yourself.
And they claim this works.
They say this will magically reset the algorithm's trust score.
I mean, it is entirely a digital seance.
Right.
From a technical perspective, there is absolutely zero proof that this works.
None.
In fact, transferring a flagged asset between accounts is a classic spam footprint. Algorithms are specifically designed to track that exact behavior.
But they share these methods with the utmost sincerity. They are performing these elaborate steps, hoping to just trick the machine into treating them like a real human again.
But to perform these digital seances, to keep dodging the algorithm, shifting IPs, and pumping out thousands of videos, you need serious tools.
You do.
You can't just do this on a MacBook Air with a free ChatGPT account.
No, definitely not. Which brings us to the logistics of production, the technology stack required to run these operations.
What the creators refer to as their arsenal.
The arsenal.
Yeah.
It is massive, it is highly unstable, and it is incredibly expensive.
It's a literal arms race.
And the speed at which the tech changes is dizzying. In just a 5-month window, We see the entire community migrate from one AI platform to another, over and over again.
Yeah, in the beginning of the logs in late 2025, everyone is obsessed with OpenAI's Sora.
Right. It was a big new thing.
It is considered the gold standard for video generation.
But the honeymoon phase doesn't last long at all. A few weeks in, the chat starts complaining that Sora is getting stupid.
Getting stupid.
Yeah, they talk about prompt adherence dropping, meaning they ask the AI for a cat pressing a button, and the AI gives them a dog looking at a wall.
It stops listening to them.
Exactly. And more importantly, Sora gets heavily load throttled.
Well, because millions of people are trying to use it simultaneously.
Right.
The compute required to generate high-definition video from text is astronomical. The servers physically cannot handle the traffic, so the AI companies throttle the output.
They put speed limits on it.
Exactly. And the creators complain that they hit their generation limits after just a few videos, which completely breaks their 50-channel volume strategy.
Because they need thousands of videos, not 10.
Right. So like a swarm of locusts, the community just moves on.
They pivot to a Chinese AI video generator called Kling AI.
Kling?
Yeah. And then, when Kling gets too crowded and slow, they find a more obscure platform called OIOE,
Oh, IOE.
which utilizes a specific model called Seedance 2.0.
And you see them instantly transition into optimizing for these new platforms. They are trading highly specific recipes for efficiency.
Yes, they sound exactly like day traders. One guy says, if I use Seedance 2.0 on OIOE, I can get a 720p 15-second video, and it only costs me 210 lunch boxes.
Lunch boxes. Let's break that down. Because lunch boxes, the localized slang for the platform's digital token or their API credits.
Okay, yes, let's talk about the API credits.
Yeah.
Because this reveals one of the biggest misconceptions about the entire AI revolution.
It really does.
Please explain this, because I think most casual internet users assume AI is just free. Or maybe it costs a flat $20 a month for a premium subscription.
Right, like Netflix.
Exactly.
But for a consumer typing a few prompts a day, it is a flat fee.
Okay.
But when you bypass the web interface and plug your automated scripts directly into the AI's brain, which is what an API or application programming interface allows you to do, you pay per generation.
Every single time.
Every single time. Think of an API like a digital toll booth between the creator server and the AI platform. Every time you ask the AI to render a 15-second video, you have to drop a token in the toll booth.
And at this industrial scale, those tokens add up violently.
Violently. The hidden costs are staggering.
One user in the chat breaks down the math for just a single day of operation.
Let's hear the math.
Okay, so they are running a script to render a batch of 5,000 videos to feed their proxy network. To do that through Kling AI, it requires 100,000 Kling points.
Translated to real money, that's hundreds of dollars in API rendering costs for just one daily batch of videos.
Hundreds of dollars a day.
And remember, these are videos that might be instantly shadow banned and get 0 views.
So they're bleeding cash on the front end, just hoping for a viral hit to cover the overhead.
Exactly.
And that's just the video generation. They also have to upload them to YouTube.
Right, which takes bandwidth and accounts.
The chat is full of people constantly cycling through free Google Cloud trial accounts. Or they're manually topping up prepaid credit cards with $5 just to keep their OpenAI accounts active, desperately trying to bypass the usage limits.
It's because there is a massive bottleneck that they keep slamming into, and it's not the rendering speed.
It's platform distribution limits.
Let's talk about the hardware debate, because this is where the panic in the logs really sets in.
Oh, the hardware debate is so funny. The chat features this intense, almost aggressive argument over computer specs.
Typical tech bro argument.
Exactly. You have users debating whether dropping $15,000 on dual NVIDIA 5090 GPUs for a local PC rig can outperform buying a top-of-the-line Apple M4 Max Mac.
Because they want to render the videos locally on their own physical machines?
Right. To escape the API toll booths of the cloud services, if you own the GPU sitting on your desk, you don't pay a toll per video.
You just pay the electricity bill.
Right. So they are ready to invest massive capital into hardware. But then a veteran user steps in and points out the fatal flaw in their logic.
What's the flaw?
He says, guys, it doesn't matter how fast your 5090 renders the video. Google caps your programmatic API uploads to exactly 100 videos per 24 hours per account. Your $15,000 machine is going to render those 100 videos in an hour, and then it's just going to sit there doing absolutely nothing for 23 hours.
The bottleneck isn't the production of the garbage. The bottleneck is the pipe you use to dump the garbage onto the platform.
Yes. YouTube built that 100 video upload wall specifically to prevent automated flooding.
So they're trapped. They can make infinite videos, but they can't upload them.
But it gets even worse. Because it's not just the visual video that gets them in trouble, it's the audio.
We have to talk about the audio trap in these logs.
Yes, let's talk about Suno.
If we zoom out and connect this to the broader tech landscape, we're literally watching the global copyright crisis regarding AI unfold in real time within this single chat room.
It's a microcosm of the whole legal battle. So a creator in the chat decides to upgrade to Suno V5.5.
Suno is a massively popular AI music generator.
Right, and the new 5.5 version is supposed to sound incredibly realistic, like indistinguishable from a human band.
Right.
The user is thrilled. They type in a prompt, generate an epic background track, slap it onto their AI video, upload it to YouTube, and boom, they immediately get hit with a Content ID copyright strike.
For context for the listener, Content ID is YouTube's automated system that scans every uploaded video against a database of millions of copyrighted songs.
To make sure you aren't stealing.
Right, to ensure you aren't stealing an artist's music. And the strike claims this user's AI-generated music matches a real copyrighted track called Open Heaven Sounds.
And the user is completely bewildered. They take screenshots of the strike and post them in the chat. And they're saying, but I generated this with AI. I typed the prompt myself. It's mathematically supposed to be original.
And this reveals the dark, open secret of generative AI models.
Which is?
They do not create in a vacuum.
They interpolate.
Exactly. They interpolate from massive data sets of existing human creation.
They are essentially incredibly sophisticated blenders of other people's work.
Precisely. If an AI model is overtrained on certain styles, or if a specific song was heavily weighted in its training data, the model can sometimes what we call overfit.
Overfit, meaning it basically memorized it.
Yes, it regurgitates a melody or a chord progression that is legally indistinguishable from the original copyrighted material it ingested.
So it's an automated plagiarism machine in those instances.
It is, and here is the crucial takeaway from all this. The multi-billion-dollar AI companies that built the model, they aren't the ones taking the hit when that happens.
Right, they already got your API fee.
Exactly. The individual creators at the bottom of the food chain who paid the API toll to generate the song and uploaded it to YouTube are the ones catching the legal bullets.
Wow.
They are the ones getting the strikes. They face potential lawsuits, and they lose their monetization.
So let's take a step back and look at the entire board. Let's look at the reality of this AI financial freedom dream.
It's looking pretty grim.
The YouTube algorithm is actively hunting these creators down, shadow banning their channels for 53 days at a time. Google is systematically wiping out their AdSense networks if they make a single mistake.
Yep.
The AI tools they rely on are expensive, constantly degrading in quality, and bleeding them dry through API fees.
And the upload limits.
Right, they're hitting hard upload limits that totally negate their hardware investments. And on top of all that, the copyright system is automatically striking their audio because the AI models are regurgitating stolen data.
When you lay it out like that, it looks like an entirely unwinnable game. The friction is immense.
Which leads us to the most important question of this entire deep dive. Let's hear it.
If it is this hard, if the failure rate is this catastrophically high, how is anyone actually getting rich in the AI financial freedom community?
The chat logs provide a very clear, very cynical answer to that exact question.
Okay, what is it?
It requires a fundamental shift in how we view this ecosystem. The real economy here isn't content creation.
Okay, let's go back in time for a second. Let's go to the 1849 California Gold Rush.
Oh, I love this analogy.
Hundreds of thousands of people left their lives behind and rushed to the rivers of California, digging in the dirt, absolutely convinced they were going to strike a vein of gold and become millionaires overnight.
And most of them didn't.
Most of them starved, died of disease, or just went entirely broke. Do you know who made the real fortunes during the gold rush?
It wasn't the prospectors.
No. It was the merchants selling the shovels.
Exactly. Levi Strauss made a fortune selling durable denim jeans to the miners.
Right. Samuel Brannan became California's first millionaire by buying up all the picks, pans, and shovels in San Francisco and selling them at an insane markup. And we see the exact same thing happening here.
Yes. In this leaked chat log, the real money isn't being made by the desperate prospectors trying to upload 100 AI videos a day.
Who is making it?
The real money is made by the programmers selling automated, lazy tools to those prospectors.
We see this dynamic perfectly illustrated through a prominent user in the chat who goes by the name Xuan.
Xuan. He's a fascinating character study.
He really is. He acts like the guru of the group.
Right? People defer to him, they ask him for advice, and he openly admits to the chat that he manages a network of over 100 YouTube channels.
But if you read his messages carefully, he casually drops a bombshell.
What does he say?
He mentions that he doesn't even care about his YouTube AdSense revenue anymore.
Which makes no sense initially.
Right.
If he has 100 channels, that should be a total goldmine. So what is he actually doing?
Well, he announces to the chat that he has developed an all-in-one automation script.
A lazy tool.
A lazy tool. He claims this software will auto-generate the video from a prompt, use a separate model to automatically remove the AI watermark, and then hook directly into the YouTube API to auto-upload it across multiple channels while rotating IP proxies.
Basically, he built a machine that plays the entire unwinnable game for you while you sleep.
Exactly. And like a true merchant, he decides to sell access to this script to the other chat members.
He starts the pricing at $300 US, which is roughly 10,000 Taiwan dollars. And he specifically demands payment in cryptocurrency to avoid banking trails and tax tracking.
Of course he does.
And the chat goes absolutely wild. People are begging him for the crypto wallet address, just tripping over themselves to send him the money.
I want the magic bullet.
But here's where I have to push back on Schwann's logic. He claims in the chat that his local setup can produce 70,000 videos a day.
Okay.
He actually complains that his daily API fees to run the script cost him 40,000 Taiwan dollars a day.
Which is a huge operating cost.
Right. So if his machine works so flawlessly, if it's literally a money-printing press capable of dominating the YouTube algorithm, why on earth would he sell the secret for $300?
That's the million-dollar question.
Why let competitors flood the market and risk YouTube patching the loophole?
Because Siwan understands the economics of the ecosystem better than anyone else in the chat.
Explain that.
In a rare moment of brutal honesty, he actually answers this question himself when a buyer hesitates. He tells them, lazy tools just help you be lazy. They are not wealth-generating tools.
Wait, he literally tells his own customers that the tool won't make them rich while actively charging them $300 for it.
Yes, because he knows the truth. The market is saturated. The YouTube shadow bans are getting faster and faster. The ad revenue from AI garbage is highly volatile and shrinking by the day.
It's a terrible business model.
It is. But you know what isn't volatile?
The shovel.
A guaranteed $300 upfront software license fee paid in untraceable crypto by a desperate person who desperately wants to believe the hype.
Wow. The most reliable, scalable income in this entire ecosystem is extracting subscription fees from other hopeful creators.
He is monetizing their desperation.
He even uses artificial scarcity to drive panic buying. Within a few weeks of launching the tool, he tells the chat, I'm only taking a few more orders at this price to keep the server load down. Then I'm raising the price to $500, and eventually it will be $1,000.
It's a classic high-pressure sales tactic straight out of a timeshare presentation.
It really is. And Schwann is just one successful example. Once you realize that the real product is the illusion of success, you see it everywhere in the logs.
The chat is full of these grifters and arbitrage schemes.
Oh, we have to talk about the Shopee app.
Yes, the Shopee app.
Someone in the chat shares a link asking for advice because they are thinking about buying a specialized app. This app supposedly automates affiliate marketing videos for Shopee, which is a massive e-commerce platform in Asia.
Great.
The seller wants 70,000 Taiwan dollars for the software. That's over 2,000 US dollars.
And when you look at the technical specs of what that $2,000 app actually does, it is staggering in its simplicity.
What does it do?
It's essentially a PowerPoint macro.
No way.
Seriously, it just scrapes product images from Shopee, generates a slideshow, overlays a robotic text-to-speech voiceover reading the product description, and slaps an affiliate link in the description.
And let's do the math on the return on investment there. It's an affiliate link for an e-commerce marketplace.
Yeah.
You are earning a fractional percentage on cheap consumer goods.
Right.
You earn literal pennies if a viewer clicks your link and buys a pack of toilet paper or a phone case.
Exactly.
To make back your initial $2,000 investment on the software just to break even, you would have to sell tens of thousands of items.
And the YouTube algorithm will shadow ban the spam channel long before it ever reaches that kind of volume.
It is mathematically impossible for the average user to make their money back.
But the most illuminating mask-off moment in the entire 5-month log comes near the end, when someone brings up the OpenClaw bot.
Oh, this was fascinating. Outside of video creation, OpenClaw, was the absolute holy grail of the AI finance hype cycle.
It was huge.
It was marketed as this advanced AI algorithmic trading bot. The pitch was that it analyzes the stock and crypto markets faster than a human ever could and makes automatic, highly profitable trades for you while you just sit on the beach.
It's the ultimate promise of passive income.
Right. But someone in the chat shares an investigative article that completely dismantles the OpenClaw myth. And the community reads it in real time.
And what did the investigation prove?
It proved that the bots weren't actually making money from trading the markets.
Shocking.
The trading algorithms were rudimentary. The trades the bots executed were barely breaking even. And after exchange fees, they were often just losing money.
So how was the OpenClaw company posting record profits and showing off luxury cars on Instagram?
The investigation found that 97% of the total revenue generated in the entire OpenClaw ecosystem came from one single source:
Selling the licenses.
selling the OpenClaw bot software licenses to other people.
97%.
97%. It's just a pyramid structure.
Exactly. It was a classic multi-level marketing scheme, but it was brilliantly masked by high-tech jargon like large language models, algorithmic arbitrage, and neural network trading.
Just buzzwords to confuse people.
The product was never the trading profit. The product was the illusion of the trading profit, used solely as marketing material to sell the software itself.
Which brings everything we've talked about today into sharp focus.
It does.
If you are out there in the real world, right, scrolling online, and you see an ad on Instagram or a TikTok or a YouTube short promising that AI will make you passive income, or telling you to use the secret tool to achieve financial freedom,
You are the mark.
you are the mark. You are the target. The product isn't the AI. The product isn't the viral video. You are the product. They are farming your desire for an easy way out of the daily grind.
The chat logs are the definitive proof of that.
Yeah.
The people on the inside, the ones actually running the multi-channel server farms, the ones who know the code, they know that the content they produce is disposable garbage.
They don't respect it at all.
They know the platform algorithms are incredibly hostile and getting smarter every single day. They know the AI tools are bleeding them dry through API costs.
Right.
The only guaranteed profit in this entire ecosystem is selling shovels to the next wave of dreamers who just don't know any better.
It is a wild, eye-opening journey through the digital underbelly. I mean, we started with Sleep God, celebrating 100 million views and obsessing over customizing a silver play button.
A completely hollow victory.
And then we waded through the brutal psychological reality of 53-day shadow bans and AI safety filters striking videos of puppies and forks because the machine didn't understand the prompt.
We saw the sheer panic of creators realizing they were paying thousands of dollars in API fees just to keep the lights on, only to hit an artificial upload limit.
And we arrived at the cynical, inevitable truth. The house, meaning YouTube, meaning OpenAI, and meaning the shovel sellers like Schwan, always wins.
And as we always emphasize here, knowledge is only truly valuable when it is understood and applied critically. By taking the time to look at these raw, unfiltered logs with us today, you are now armed with the reality behind the curtain of the creator economy.
You see how the sausage is made.
When you see these trends online now, you understand the mechanics of the illusion. You understand the proxy servers, the API tokens, and the algorithmic logic driving it all.
But I want to leave you with a final lingering concept to mull over. Something that builds on everything we've unpacked today about how these systems interact.
Okay, what is it?
We've seen that AI is being used by these underground creators to generate the videos, right? To write the scripts and synthesize the audio.
Right.
We know that the platforms like YouTube are using their own massive AI computer vision models to moderate, filter, and ban those videos.
AI fighting AI.
And with the rise of automated engagement bots, which we briefly touched on with the proxy servers, AI scripts are highly likely to be the ones artificially watching, liking, and commenting on those videos to trick the algorithm into boosting the metrics.
It creates a completely closed loop of artificial intelligence.
Exactly, a closed loop. So here is something for you to think about next time you open your feed.
Lay it on them.
In a near future where machines are manufacturing the content, machines are policing and distributing the content, and machines are consuming the content to generate metrics. Are human beings even necessary in the loop anymore?
Wow.
Or are we just the biological batteries, sitting in the dark, paying the monthly API subscriptions and hardware costs just to keep the automated server farms running?
That is a terrifying thought.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious, stay critical, and we will see you next time.